Hello, we are live. So we are live. If you're joining me, please say something in the comment section. If you're just joining, say hi to the comment in the comments. Who is joining me live? It's 8 o'clock and I keep to time. All right, so I'll just kill the beats and go right into it. So hello and welcome to this online webinar, your Match Masterclass here at the Alpha Global Leadership Academy. Special thanks to David for inviting me over. Please, if you are just joining me, let me know. Say hi in the comment section. And if you are listening or watching the replay, please do comment with hashtag replay. So I'm not going to waste your time. I'm just going to go straight into this. Try to call someone or tag someone who is not online now so the person can join us immediately. I do not want to waste time. I want to go right into this. Okay. So once again, I just want to appreciate David for bringing me here. And you're all doing a great work here. Congratulations to those who just graduated from this amazing leadership school. Congratulations to you all. It's an honor to be talking to you today. So, self-awareness. What's the big deal about self-awareness? Okay, so I can see a few people joining me. I can see Annie and Maka. Thank you so much for joining, Ma. Thank you. I can see Peace. Peace said, hello, good evening. Hello, good evening, Peace. And thank you for joining. I can see David. Thank you so much for joining. Please, if you are watching, say hi, say hello in the comment section. If you're catching the replay, comment with hashtag replay. That will be much later. So, why self-awareness? Is this class even worth it? Is it worth your time? Well, this is not something I get to teach for free at all. There's nothing I'll be teaching you here today that I actually got to learn for free. But you are getting this for free because David has got you covered. If you can hear me, please let me know that you can hear me. Can you hear me and can you see my screen? Can you hear me and can you see my screen? Please, it's very important that you let me know that you can hear me and see my screen. Okay. Chantel said she's watching live from Cameroon. Awesome, awesome. That's amazing. Thanks for joining. Please, if you can hear me and you can see my screen, just let me know in the comment section so that I can move on. Okay. So this is not something I get to teach for free on a normal day. So you should know that this is a top-notch information and a top-notch knowledge that I'm about to give to you right now. And this is not something you can get for free anywhere. But David Akinwale has got you covered. And because of his influence, I am bringing this knowledge to you for free. Trust me, at the end of this class, you will be able to master the art of self awareness. and it will help you to double your profits and your results. Now, I was not being specific when I said results, um, because results can be in anything. If you're struggling with being productive, then this self awareness class will help you become more productive. If you are struggling with getting results in your business, this self awareness class will help you get more results from your business. Okay, it is an awesome no brainer. This is not something that is just the normal kind of thing. All right, so I can see your comments. Thank you so much. Um, Many people are saying they can hear me. Yes, ma, I can hear you. Awesome. And Jonah said he's listening. He's watching live from Port Harcourt. Awesome. Welcome, Jonah. Welcome everyone who is joining me. I'm so excited. Ekene said he can see my screen. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining. So I'll just go right ahead. So if you stay with me in this webinar, these are the things you are going to learn. The first thing you're going to learn is why self-awareness. Why self-awareness? You're also going to get to find out the basic questions that you need to ask yourself. The basic questions you need to ask yourself. You will also get to find out the place of your needs and your wants. I'm putting this one here because it is very important. This is something I learned from my mentor, and the first day I learned it, I was flabbergasted. It was awesome. You're going to understand the place of your needs and your wants. After that, I will take you through the process of mastering your underdog tactics. Mastering your underdog tactics. After which, we'll identify your profitable genius domain. Because if you go through the first steps that I've stated above and you are not able to master or identify your profitable genius domain, then you will not make any headway. Okay, I can see David say, get your book and your pen. Yes, I forgot to say that. Please get your book and pen. Please, it is very important. That is what I do. There's no webinar and no training that I go to without my book. I have a book where I always write. Okay, so after identifying your profitable genius domain, you are going to understand the fly on the wall discovery. Fly on the wall discovery. This is going to help you just 10 times everything that you're going to get. Okay, after that, we are going to talk about the danger of ignorance. You are going to understand the danger of ignorance. And if you are watching this but planning to leave, or you're planning to save your data, you want to save and maximize your data, so you don't want to listen to this, you don't want to watch this, you you need to watch it because there's a danger in ignorance. There's a danger in not understanding the importance of self-awareness. Then after self-discovery, self-awareness, what next? I'm not just going to leave you hanging with this webinar. I'm not going to leave you hanging. That's not what I do. I am a transformational speaker and I speak to transform. I teach to transform. So I'm going to show you what you need to do next immediately after self-awareness, immediately after self-discovery. So let's go right into it. So why self-awareness? Why self-awareness? So there's this man I heard about who just he woke up one morning, and when he woke up, he just entered into his car and drove off. He had no idea where he was going to. He didn't even ask himself, where am I going to? He just entered into his car and he drove off without an address, without a destination, without any purpose. He just drove off. Now, what do you actually think will happen to this man if he continues driving without having a destination in mind or without having a plan as to where exactly he's going to? He's going to get lost. Just imagine driving along your road or driving along the road, and when you see a turn by the right, you feel, oh, this turn is so fine. You follow the turn by the right. Then you see a turn by the left, you follow that turn by the left. You see another turn by the right, you follow. And you just go like that. Do you think you're going to be able to find out where you're going to? In fact, at a time you will get lost and you will not be able to trace yourself back to where you were coming from. So most of us are like this particular man. We are not aware of where we are going to. We are not aware of whether or not, and this man does not even know if he has enough fuel to carry him on that journey. So we are not aware of where we are going to. We are not aware of our capacity. What I have right now, is it enough to carry me to where I want to go to? So it's not just enough to know where you're going to. You need to know if you have the capacity to be able to go to where you want to go to. So before going out, you must first ask yourself where you're going to. That's the normal thing. There's no way you wake up tomorrow morning and then you just hit the road without knowing where you're going to. So that is the same reason why you need self-awareness, because your life is a journey. Your life is a journey. So you must be able to know where you are going to on the journey called life, on that journey called your life. So self-awareness is not just about you. It's more about being aware of your journey. Because if you are not aware of your journey, you will get lost. If you are not aware of your journey, you will get lost. So that is why you need this class. That is why you need self-awareness. It is about being more aware of your journey, being aware of your capabilities, being aware of your weaknesses. So it is the very first step in personal development. Self-awareness is the very first step in personal development, in emotional intelligence, and in life in general. Anything, in fact, that has to do with a journey, anything that takes you from one place to the other requires self-awareness. When you're talking about your business, it requires business awareness. Your business is an entity. So you need to first of all be aware of your business. That is also self-awareness. If your business is jewels, jewelry, you need to be aware of what jewels, jewelry is all about. Be aware of your capabilities, aware of your weaknesses, aware of your sports, your weak spots, your strong spots, and all that. So this is why you need this class. Self-awareness is also more than just answering some questions like who am I? What do I want? I'm sure that's what some people are thinking. That this class is just going to be about who am I? What do I want? Where do I want to be? It is more than that. That is just one part of self-awareness. So today I will be exposing you to the nitty-gritty of self-awareness. The nitty-gritty of self-awareness. So I'll be moving right into it. So the basic questions. So I know that most of you definitely feel like you know this part. You know this part. Who would you like to be? What do you want to be doing forever? I'm sure you have heard this many times. But common sense is not common practice. Common sense is not common knowledge, and common sense is also not common action and common practice. So even if you know these questions that you can see on my screen right now, how many times have you asked yourself this question? And how many times have you tried to answer this question? So I'm not really going to be asking you these questions or asking you to answer the questions. I'm just going to give you a cheat code so that anytime you hear someone asking you this question or someone asking you or trying to help you become more self-aware by asking you these questions, you can be able to answer the questions immediately. So the cheat code to answering any of these questions is, who are the people you admire? Who are the people you admire? Now, this is the cheat code. Ask yourself, who are the people I admire? It will help you big time. So, for example, who do I admire? I'm Deborah Ugochukwu. Who do I admire? Do I admire Davido or Chioma Davido? Now, these people are doing well. They are doing amazingly well in their niche. And in fact, if I get the opportunity to, I would love to have an interview with them and honor them with an award or so. That would be super cool. It would be amazing to do that. But those are not the people I admire. But when you mention Oprah Winfrey, Chimamanda Adichie, Temi Ajibewa, Grace Ihejamazi, what? My heart would race because these people are people I admire. John Obidi, Edwin Edewo. Well, I admire these people. So when you ask me, who would I like to be? Who would I like to be? I don't have to start thinking about who I like to be because I already know the kind of people I admire. I don't know if this is making sense at all. Please, if it is making sense, let me know in the comment section that this is making sense. So far, am I making sense? And then another thing I want you to do, tell me who do you admire? And I want you to answer in the comment section. Get yourself to work. This is supposed to be a collaborative class. I like to teach and let people talk too. Who are the people you admire? Now let's take a look at the people I admire. Oprah Winfrey, Chimamanda Adichie, John Obidi, Temi Ajibewa. If you look at these people I admire, it will show you a key to my self-awareness. Because all these people I admire have one thing in common. They have one thing, not just one thing, in fact, they have many things in common. They have platform in common. They have platform in common. They are authors, they have books, they have human capital. I don't know if you are getting me. Please let me know, is this making sense? These people I mentioned, you will notice something about them. They have a system that is working. They are traveling the world and touching lives. They are making impact. They are legends. So this will show you my core. It will show you my core. It will show you what exactly defines me. It will show you every single thing that defines me. So start to ask yourself now. Ask yourself in the comment section. I want to see your own. Okay, David Akinwale said John Obidi, Edwin Edewo, Victor Bassi. Awesome. Please, I want you to engage. Who are the people you admire? Ask yourself. Immediately you ask yourself the people you admire, you will begin to find out your core. You will begin to find out what these people have. And you will see that is what those things they have that you want to have. It will give you a pathway to how you should be able to discover yourself. Now, there may be someone listening to this, and when I ask you who are the people you admire, you are thinking of Mark or you're thinking of Taoma, or who are all these legends in, in comedy. If you're thinking about that, you are not wrong at all. That is your own core. It means that you should be in that niche. You should be doing something that is like that. So once you have been able to master this cheat code, you will be able to answer, who would you like to be like? Who would you like to be? What would you be doing forever? I don't need a soothsayer to tell me what I want to be doing forever. Because I know what Oprah Winfrey is doing forever. I know what John Obidi is doing forever. I know what Chimamanda Adichie, I know what she's doing forever. Ask yourself, who are the people you admire? So what would you love to have? Now, when you want to answer what you would love to have, what do these people have? These people have systems. The people I want to be like, they have systems. They have empathy. They have human compassion. They have human capital. They have money. Yes, it is not a bad thing to talk about money. They have money. They have wealth. They have made three important I's: impact, influence, and income. So these three things, these three I's define all the people that I admire. That means that these three I's define me. These three I's define me. So Ekene Felix said, I admire Samuel Adeyemi, Miles Monroe, David Ibiyome, Joshua Selman, David Oyedepo. Simple. I already know where Ekene Felix is heading to in life. I already know where you're heading to. With this simple cheat code, you will see that anybody in this group right now knows that Ekene is going to be like this. My pastor Paul Eneche said growing up, the only people he admired were these people you are calling their names now. Miles Muro, all these people. Joshua said that the person he admired all his life was Miles Muro. Now, are you seeing how he has become? Paul Eneche had become like his father. He had become like the person he was admiring, the person he was working with. So Ekene Felix, this is a perfect example, and I hope this has helped you today to understand that there is nothing else you should concern your life with apart from these people that you admire. I hope this is making sense. I hope I am giving you value. In fact, if I stop now, I hope you have gotten enough value to help you 10 times your results so that you will stop putting your hands in different things. The only reason why you keep putting your hands into different things is because you are not yet self aware. You are not yet self aware. You don't yet understand your core. So I don't want to, I've already spent time in this. I want to move right ahead. I don't want to waste our time. Understanding the place of your needs and your wants. Understanding the place of your needs and your wants. So I want to ask this one real quick, and I'm not going to go ahead until someone answers me. What is the difference between a need and a want? Please, what is the difference between a need and a want? I want someone to answer me immediately so we can move ahead, we can forge ahead. Trust me, this is going to change the game for you. The knowledge you're about to get from your needs and your want to change the game for you. What is the difference between a need and a want? A need, N-E-E-D, and a want, W-A-N-T. What is the difference between a need and a want? Okay, I'm waiting to get someone's answer. Please, I need to get one person's answer. What is the difference between a need and a want? I'm sure you know what your needs and what your wants are. Just tell me, what is the difference between a need and a want? Just one person's answer and I will go. Felix said my eyes are opened already. Awesome. I am already happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to be dishing out value. I'm so happy to be dishing out value. Felix said my eyes are opened. Trust me, even when I was preparing this webinar for you, my eyes were opened. It was as if scales were falling off my eyes. So please, someone answer me, what is the difference between a need and a want? This will help you master your self-awareness. A need and a want. So while I'm still waiting for someone to answer that, I'll just go ahead and say that most times we are to say that a need is something that you need, something you cannot do without. Because I'm sure that's what most people are going to say. A need is something you cannot do without, while a want is something that, sorry, a need is, yeah, it's something you cannot do without, while a want is something that you can do without. You just want it. It's not compulsory. You must not get it. You know, I'm sure that that's what someone would say. That a need is something you must get. If you don't get a need, you will die. But if you don't get a want, you will survive. Now, there's one thing I want you to know. Assuming someone answered this, I would have used that person's answer or that person's response to teach you on the things you need to know about your needs and your wants. So I want you to write down in your notebook right now, even if you're catching the replay, write down in your notebook 5 needs and 5 wants. 5 things you think you need and 5 things you think you want. Okay, so Michael said a want is a necessity, but a need is not a necessity. Awesome. Awesome. This is great. So it's still the same thing I'm saying. A want is we have been programmed to think that a want is something that is not necessary. Why a need is something that is very, very necessary, something that you cannot survive without. But You have to change that mindset. I hope you can see my screen. So if you list out 5 things you need and 5 things you want, so let me just say 2 things I need. I need freedom. I need freedom. I need to be able to travel the world and make impact. Okay, no, those are the things I want. Sorry. I want freedom. Yes, I want freedom. I want to be able to travel the world and make impact. That is what I want. I want to be able to just think about this thing. This is what I want to do, and I will do it. It's a want, right? It's not necessary according to our definition of need and want. Then a need is that ah, I need to survive. I need to feed. I need to make money. I need to make at least so amount of money this month. So those are wants and those are needs. Now you will see that my needs, what I need is to be able to make money to survive today, right? And what I want is to have freedom and travel the world. You will realize that my wants are things that will help me get to my needs. I mean, my needs are things that will help me get to my wants. These things are interchangeable. Your needs will help you to survive. Your needs are the things that will help you survive. What you need now is 5,000 naira so that you can be able to buy this or buy that. What you need now is 100,000 naira so that you can take care of your family for the month. But what you want is to be able to have so much in your account that you don't need to be counting the money that's in your account. What you need is for your business to get 2 customers today. That is what you need. That is the important thing. But what you want is to be able to balance and have customers troop into your business, troop into what you're doing. I'm trying to be a little bit versatile. Your needs will just help you survive. Your wants are the true things that will help you to live. The truth is that many people in this life only survive. I can tell you that 90% of people did not live for a. That was the only thing they did. They were just surviving. So you have to, if you want to live, you have to give yourself the opportunity to want what you want. Please, I hope somebody is writing this down. If you want to live, please, somebody write it down and put it in the comment section. If you want to live, you have to give yourself the opportunity to want what you want. Because what you want wants you to. Oh God, I hope someone is writing this down. Listen, I'm learning with you. As I'm talking to you, I am learning with you. If you want to live in this life, you don't just want to survive. Most of our parents only survived. They managed to send us to school. That is why immediately you finished from university, they sent you forth into the world. Go ye into the world and multiply. They sent you into the world, please go and look for a job so they can start taking care of your younger ones. That is because all your parents did was survive. Every month they are doing the rat chase, trying to make just that small amount of money, trying to do this, trying to do that. They're just trying to survive. If you want to live, you must allow yourself to want the things you want. When you want what you want, you will then find a way to get what you want. Robert Kiyosaki said something. He said that when you tell yourself, I can't afford this or I can't do this, you just make your brain does not work. You just tell your brain that there's no need to work. But when you tell yourself, how can I afford this? How can I live? How can I get what I want? Your brain will begin to work. So you want to be able to become like David Oyedepo. That is what you want. It is a want. Someone here said he admires David Oyedepo, Joshua Selman. It is what you want. You want to be like them. So are you listening to yourself now saying that what you want is not a necessity? It's a lie. It is a necessity. You want to be like David Oyedepo. So you should allow yourself to want to be like David Oyedepo. Allow yourself to want what you want, because what you want wants you too. I hope someone is taking this down. In fact, write it down and paste it on your wall in your house. Put it on your vision board. What I want wants me too. When you begin to think like this, your self-awareness will explode. Your self-awareness will explode. You will begin to understand and see things where others are not seeing things. I do hope this is making sense. I hope you are getting value. I can see in the comment section, people are saying amazing, amazing, amazing. Exactly. That's awesome. Thank you. I'm so glad you're getting value. I'm so glad that you are getting value. So I will just move right ahead. Now I'm moving to mastering your underdog tactics. Underdog tactics. Now, this is one thing that is keeping you from getting results. In fact, this particular thing is the first thing that is keeping you from getting the results that you want to get. Is your number one woe. And immediately you master how to use your underdog tactics, you will begin to get results more than you have ever gotten in your lifetime. This underdog principle is one of the biggest principles in the world, especially if you want to get results. If you want to get results in your business, you want to get results in your life, you want to get results in your career goals, in the goals that you want to be able to achieve, you must master your underdog tactics. So who is an underdog? Now, I'm not big on what should I call it, definitions and saying things that I browsed from the internet. No, I didn't browse any of these things I'm teaching you from the internet. So I'm just going to tell you a very short story, and it's a story all of you know. We all know this story. Now we know David, right? David in the Bible. Awesome. David was an underdog. David was an underdog. David had to fight Goliath. That was what made him an underdog. Now continue, you relate this to your own life and to your own scenario. David had to fight Goliath. That was what made him an underdog, because Goliath was bigger than him. Goliath was older than him. Goliath was bigger. Goliath had everything that David did not have. So an underdog is someone who is not as qualified as his opponent. I will say that again. An underdog, in my own definition, is someone who is not as qualified as his opponent. The truth is, there is someone who will always be better than you. There is someone who will always be better than you, no matter what. Listen, these people I mentioned Oprah Winfrey, John Obidi, someone mentioned David Oyedepo, Paul Leneche. They are not the best of the best, but you know them as the best of the best because they have mastered the underdog tactics, because they mastered self-awareness, because they have been able to master their game. So where your power truly lies is in your ability to use your underdog tactics. So what was David's underdog tactics? Slingshot. Being able to pull a slingshot on target and hit that target. David had been training himself on how to slingshot. We know what David used to kill Goliath. It was a catapult. Now, if you read some books and do some research, you will find out that in the olden days, they had some soldiers who were slingshot soldiers. These soldiers had been trained in the craft of pulling a slingshot. In fact, the first modern gun, the idea of a gun came from slingshots. Because if you throw a stone, a very small sharp stone, you throw a very small sharp stone on somebody's head with an intensity and a velocity that is so high, it will penetrate into that person's head and it will kill the person. So that was the ideology that the people who produced a gun came up with. They found a way to facilitate, to add velocity to the bullet so that it can penetrate into the person's body. And that was how a gun came about. So David had mastered the art of using a slingshot. Now, this particular training is not going to tell you how to master one skill. That is part of it. Mastering a particular skill and being good at it is part of it, but that's not really what we're talking about because we are focusing on self awareness. Now, imagine that David was not aware of that power he had of pulling a slingshot. Imagine David was not aware. He had a slingshot. He had been using it in the bush to protect the lion and to protect his father's sheep. Imagine he was not aware of the power of his slingshot, of the power of his catapult. Imagine David was not aware. This is why you must become aware of your underdog tactics. You must become aware of your underdogness, if there's a word like that. If you are engaging in battles with opponents that are stronger than you must be able to think of something that you have that you can use to attack through the unconventional way. And listen, when I'm saying battles, life can be your opponent. Yes, life is your opponent. Life is your opponent. So if life is your opponent and you know that life is stronger than you should be able to think of something you have that is a small thing that you can use to make so much impact. David knew very well that if he went to fight with Goliath, if he went to fight with Goliath with his sword and armor and all that, Goliath will crush him. You cannot go to attack a strong man in his own domain. That is why after this, we're going to be talking about mastering your genius domain. You can't attack a strong man in his own domain. David knew that if he engaged with Goliath in close quarters, he will lose. In fact, Goliath will kill him and give his meat to the birds of the air. So what did David do? He was aware of his underdog skill, of his underdog tactics, which was a catapult, a simple catapult. Now ask yourself, what is that simple thing you have? David hid his weakness of not being able to fight. Remember that the Bible says David was not comfortable when they put on the whole armor, the sword, the catapult, all the sword and the shield. When they put it on him, he was not capable. The thing was too much for him. But some of you want to engage in that fight. You want to do things the way through which other people are doing it. When you know that you yourself, that you are not, that place is not your capable, as in it's not your area of competency. So you must be able to discover your weakness. What is your weakness? When you discover your weakness, then you will find a way to go around it. Find your way to go around that weakness. David knew that his weakness was the fact that he could not fight with a sword. So he went around the weakness by using a catapult. So you must find a way to go around your weakness. If you are not comfortable with Facebook Live, use audio. If your weakness is consistency, then don't do something that will require you to be consistent every day. Now I'm talking to someone, a particular person. Your weakness right now, I don't know why I'm using this example, but your weakness could be consistency. You find it difficult to be consistent and do something every day. They said you must post every day, every day, every day. You try it for the first week, second week, and you are exhausted. If that is your weakness, then you need to master your underdog tactics. What are the things that you can do that will not require you to be consistent every day? So if it is consistency, you can decide to start doing things that you need to do once a week. You can decide to start doing things that you need to do 2 times in a year. I don't know if I'm making sense to someone. I don't know if I'm giving someone an idea. Find a way around your weakness. That is your underdog tactics. You cannot fight with a sword. Use your catapult. Is your weakness waking up early? Is that your own weakness? Then find a way around it. Start working more at night. There is always a way. That is what you need to know. There is always a way. Okay, so I'm just going to move on. Okay, so for you to be able to master your underdog tactics, you need to use the 80-20 Pareto principle. Now, I know that most of you have heard about this, so I'm not going to be throwing much light on this. There are things that you do that you just need to put in 20% of your efforts. And when you put in 20% of your efforts, you will get 80% of the results. Do those things. Pay more attention to doing those things that you just need to concentrate 20%. Like I said, if your weakness is doing something every day, two things that will require you to do it once in a week. When you do it once in a week, that is 20% that you're putting in. But you're getting 80% of the results. It will give you 80% of your total results. So that is it. Connect this with the 80-20 rule. You can read more about the 80-20 rule. It's available for you on the internet. So there's always a way out. There's always a way around your weakness. So I'm going to move in right into identifying your profitable genius domain. Your profitable genius domain. I don't really want this to be too long. How will you be able to identify your profitable? What in fact, what is a genius domain? What is a genius domain? It is your place of competency. Your genius domain is your place of competency. It is the place where you can flow, the place where you thrive. When it comes to speaking, it is my place of competency. It is my profitable domain. When it comes to helping people get results, it is my place of competency. What is your place of competency? That is your genius domain. Do you like to teach? Do you like to sing? Do you like to help people? So you must be able to identify your genius domain. So how will you identify your genius domain? Number one, you have to spot your interest. What is your interest? What is your passion? What is your skill? What are the things that interest you? Don't forget the cheat code that I already gave to you. Who are the people you admire? Those people you admire, what are their interests? Those are the kind of things that interest you. So, what is your passion? What is your skill? Those things are the things that will make up your genius domain. Now, there's another area of genius domain that people do not pay attention to, and that is the area of being able to know where your creativity is at its peak. Where is your creativity at its peak? Someone like me, if I stay in a place where there's no chair and there's no table, I cannot be productive. Lying on my bed, staying on my bed is a curse. But if I just manage to step my feet into a library or into any place that is quiet and I plug in my earphone and put on my music into my ears, I can work for 5 hours straight without getting tired. And I will produce so much results, things that I've not been able to achieve throughout the week. I will crush all my goals in that 5 hours. So you have to find out what works for you. Where is your place of creativity? Where is your creativity at its peak? Is it when you are alone? Like me, I love to be alone. In fact, I love being alone. When I'm alone, I'm more productive. So, what are the places that make you more productive? You have to be able to do what works for you. Do what works for you. So, I'm going to ask you now, what is your place of creativity? What's your productive place? What is your genius domain? What is your place of genius domain? What's your area of competency? And at what area are you more productive? So if you are team quiet place, just say team quiet place in the comment section. Say team quiet place. If you are team noisy, say team noisy. Are you the kind of person who prefers to read books, or are you the kind of person who prefers to listen to audio? Do what works for you. That thing that works for you, that is your area of competency. That is your area, that's the area of your genius domain. Genius domain is not only what you are good at, it is also what brings out the best in you. So you must be able to start doing what works for you. The problem with most of us is that we are trying to copy people. We are copycats. We are copycats. We like to copy. So you looked at your crush or your role model, and your role model says that she prefers to read books in the dark, and then you tell yourself that you must read in the dark. Or your role model or someone you admire says that they prefer to stay in a noisy place. That when they are meeting more people, they get more creative, more people. That may not be your own area of competency. Your own area may be in the quiet place. You may be more creative when you are alone. So what is your area? So I'm saying everybody is saying team quiet place. Chantel said team quiet place. Awesome. David said team quiet place. Ekeneki team quiet place. Everyone is team quiet place. So there's nobody here that loves to stay in a noisy place. I actually had a friend in school who would prefer to read. This guy prefers to read when people are making noise. It is at that point in time where the class is noisy. That is when this guy likes to read. So when we are reading most times, he will come with his noise, with his big radio and his noise, and those kind of stuff. Those are the that fact. It is in that noise that he gets his own concentration. I know it's weird, but there are people that are like that. There are people who are like that. So if I decide to start copying my friend and going to read during the daytime, when I know that I read better at night, then I'm going to get ruined. It is going to ruin my results. It is going to make me to become frustrated. So you have to be able to know what works for you. I'm so glad that you know what works for you. At least people are saying it's in quiet place. Adisa also said it's in quiet place. Awesome, sir. At least we know that when you understand what works for you, then you'll be able to get better results. So I'm going to be moving right ahead. We're going to be moving ahead. I hope you are getting value. I hope you are getting value at this point. I hope you're getting value. So David said, I hate noise. Well, okay, I can also say that I read better when I'm listening to loud music. Now, just because I said I read better when I'm listening to loud music does not mean that someone else has to try to copy me. So I'm going to move right ahead. Fly on the wall discovery. Fly on the wall discovery. Now, what is fly on the wall discovery? This is what I call the best way to teach anything. Fly on the wall discovery is the best way to teach anything. So if you want to discover yourself, use fly on the wall discovery. If you want to discover your business, use fly on the wall discovery. If you want to discover what works for you, use fly on the wall discovery. Are you ready for me to show you what fly on the wall discovery is? Are you ready? Okay, so many people are saying yes, ma, yes, ma, yes, ma. Awesome. I'm so grateful. I'm so glad that you're getting value. So, fly on the wall discovery is simple. If you want to teach someone how to produce something or how to do something, the best way to teach someone how to do that thing is by showing the person. Show the person how to do this thing, then ask the person to do it. So I said something here. The best way to become is by becoming. The best way to become is by becoming. So fly on the wall discovery is you doing that thing you want to get. Doing it now. You want to discover what works for you. Start doing that thing. Try this one today. If it doesn't work, try the next one tomorrow. Fly on the world discovery. Stop trying to get it all figured out. I'm not here to tell you that this is what will work for you. No. If there's any coach or any consultant or any speaker who tells you this is what works and this is what will work for you, I'm not going to disclose the person though, but I am telling you what will give you results. Fly on the world discovery is what will give you these results. Do the things that you want to discover. Do it. If you want to find out if you are more productive at night or in the morning, then work at night. Work at night today, tomorrow you work in the morning. If you want to discover yourself, whether you are going to be good at public speaking or being able to create information products, doing digital products, impacting lives, the best way to start, the best way to discover it is by doing it. Listen, you are not a failure when you fail. Because one of the first things that keep people from discovering what they ought to do and what they ought to be is fear. The fear of failure. It is what keeps 99% of people from doing what they ought to do. If you don't do it, how will you discover it? If you don't take the first step, how will you be able to know what is inside that door? If you don't go ahead and open the door, how will you know what is inside? So start doing what you want to do. Fly on the world discovery. You are doing it and you are flying on it. You are discovering yourself as you are doing it. Stop waiting to get things figured out. The best way for you to become is by becoming. So focus on becoming. I'm going to say it again. Focus on becoming. Because the best way for you to become anything is by becoming. So when you start trying to become and you are failing, you tried today and you did not get results. Did you fail? You did not fail. You are not a failure. Or yeah, let me say it like this. You are not a failure. You failed, but you are not a failure. Because at least you have now known what does not work. I don't know if you get this. If you fail in something today, you are not a failure because now you know what does not work. So you are a step ahead of somebody who has not even tried. The first time I tried sharing my screen and going live on Facebook, I made some mistakes. But today I can do it even by the snap of my finger because I have been doing it over and over. The way I discovered how to do it was by doing it. So if you want to discover how to do anything, start doing it. So I think I've done justice to the fly on the wall discovery. I think I've done justice to this. Do the thing. You are not a failure if you fail. Because you are a step ahead of the person who has not tried. So always have this in mind. Someone now is thinking about how to run his own Facebook advert and drive traffic to his business or drive traffic to his brand, but you are scared. You want to keep learning how to run Facebook ads. You have learned it 10 times. You are still trying to learn. You will never run that Facebook ad if you don't run it. I don't know if you're getting me. Someone right now wants to start writing. You want to become a writer. You want people to know you, but you are scared. You don't want to start writing. The best way for you to become a writer is by writing. When I started writing, people were not even paying attention to me. I did not care. I was just writing. So doing what you need to do will take you one step ahead of people who have not even done it. Or it will take you one step ahead of people who have not tried. So I've done justice to this. I don't know if you have noticed, I like sharp, 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 straight to the point. I don't want to waste anybody's time. So we're going to move to the danger of ignorance. The danger of ignorance. Now, this is the most important part of this whole webinar. Is the most important part. So if there's anybody who is not live now, call that person to come back on. This is the most important part, the danger of ignorance. Do you know the worst part about ignorance? Ignorance is not an excuse. So let's say I claim that I don't know that stepping in front of a moving vehicle would kill me. Let's just say I don't know that putting my hand in fire will burn me. And I put my hand into fire. What do you think is going to happen to me? I'm going to get burnt. Ignorance is not an excuse. Now, allow me to blow your mind. The universe operates in frequencies. Now, remember, we're talking about self awareness. We're talking about self awareness. So, if you are now in that your process of self awareness, you have gone through all these things I taught you, and you realize that this is the kind of person you want to become. This is what you want to be doing for the rest of your life. This is what you want to be doing. This is what you want to have. You are now aware. But then you don't take action. In fact, I think I should name this the danger of not taking action. You decide not to take action. Let me tell you what is going to happen. The universe is operating in frequencies. So the reason why you are getting that idea, the reason why you are getting that idea is because the universe is serving you that signal. That signal that is making me, Deborah Ugochukwu, feel like I want to make impact. I want to touch lives. That impact that is making you feel like I want to I want to write. I want to become a writer. It's a signal that you're getting that when you write, people's lives are going to be transformed. You want to make impact by writing. It is a signal, and it is the universe that's giving you that signal. But my brother, my sister, if you do not take action on that signal that is given to you, the signal will be given to another person. In fact, any idea you're thinking of right now, you can quote me well because I have heard Robert Kiyosaki say the same thing. I have heard Grant Cardone say the same thing. I have heard Steve Maesewa say the same thing. I have even heard our very own Akin Alabi say the same thing. Any idea you're thinking of today, if you have a business idea that enters your brain today, and you start to think about it, and you're thinking about it, 1 month passes, 2 months, 3 months, you are still thinking about it. Know that that frequency, there are other people in the world that frequency that would get the signal. It's just like a radio station. Anybody that tunes into that particular frequency will get that idea you're getting. The person has not met you. The person has not seen you. But the person has the same idea that you have. If you think it is a lie, if you think that what I'm saying is not true, any idea you have, write it somewhere. Write it and sign it and go and lock that book up in the bank. Lock it up in a safe for 10 years. After 10 years, go to the bank, bring out that book. That idea you have, that is a fresh idea. In the next 10 years, you see that there's somebody who has done exactly that thing you want to do. The person may not do it in the same way you thought about it, but the person will do that thing that you want to do. I don't know if it has ever happened to you. Please let me know. In fact, I want this to be interactive enough. I'm seeing your interactions. I really love this class. I'm so excited in class because a lot of people are commenting. A lot of people are commenting. Edward said he must focus on becoming. Adura said the best way to become a writer is by writing. Exactly, Adura. If you have that nudge to write, then you should start writing. Because if the universe is giving you that signal to write, it means that there are other people that the universe is also giving that signal to. So the person who is going to win this game is the person who takes action. Okay? So let me ask you, have you ever thought of something, then you finish thinking of that thing and you didn't do anything about it? And then later you saw someone doing that thing you wanted to do. Wow, David Akinwale said it has happened to him. I must tell you the truth, it has happened to me. It has happened to me. I will think about something. I will think, I'm the person that came up with this idea. Oh boy, this my idea is going to change everything. Then I will not do anything. In the next 6 months, I will see someone who has done that thing I want to do. That is the worst thing. That is the danger. The danger of ignorance, the danger of not taking action. Adisa Peter says, you are talking to me about this universe and the frequency signals. Awesome. In fact, if it is that you are just the only one that this particular area of this webinar was for, that would I would be the most satisfied person. So please take action. If you don't take action now, someone else will take the action for you. Now, let me tell you something. You can see in my screen, I said the Wright brothers, Thomas Edison. I was asking someone, I was asking a mentee one day, and I told her, if the Wright brothers had not, okay, my mentee was actually the one who she was telling me that, Ma, do you know that the Wright brothers took action? They took action and launched the aeroplane. So let me ask you something. Do you think that if the Wright brothers had not launched the first aircraft, do you think we'll have aeroplanes today? I want someone to answer me. If Thomas Edison had not launched the first electric bulb, do you think we'll have electric bulb today? Please, I want someone to answer me. Meanwhile, let me go through the comments again. So Palmer said, yes, it has happened to me and I felt bad. My dear, I can tell you I understand that feeling. You will feel bad because the universe gave you that signal and you didn't take action. So I want someone to answer me. If Thomas Edison, I don't know if you know who Thomas Edison is, the man who invented the electric bulb. If he didn't take action, do you think we'll have electric bulbs today? So confidence said yes, exactly. That is the truth. Whether or not Thomas Edison kept, Thomas Edison tried 1,000 times before he even successfully made the electric bulb. If Thomas Edison had given up, we will have electric bulbs today. Don't be deceived. Do not be deceived. If the Wright brothers had not launched the first aeroplane, we will have aeroplanes today. It is a fact. It is a fact. In fact, I can tell you that the Wright brothers may not have been the first people. Those brothers, they were not the first people who had the idea of launching an aeroplane. Thomas Edison may not be the first person who had the idea of electric bulb. He is not the first person. It is possible that he's not the first person. Very, very possible. But those other people were not man enough. They were not man enough to take action. So I want you to start thinking about this. Start thinking like this. Start thinking like this. Tell yourself, if I don't do this thing, someone else will do it for me. I want someone to put that in the comment section. Deborah, call your name. Deborah. You know that there are cases where I don't have to call myself Deborah. I have to tell myself, Deborah. Call it in the local way. Deborah. If you don't do this, someone else will do it for you. So tell yourself, say, David, if you don't do this, someone else will do it for you. Confidence, if you don't do this, someone else will do it for you. Lydia, if you don't do this, someone else will do it for you. Tell yourself that. In fact, if you can record it as a voice note, record this as a voice note so that when you wake up every morning, your alarm will ring and say, Deborah Ugochukwu, if you don't do this today, someone else will do it for you. That is the biggest motivation you need. You don't need any motivational speaker to motivate you. You don't need me to motivate you. You just need to motivate yourself every day by telling yourself, if I don't do this, someone else will do it. So I think I have overflogged the danger of ignorance. And we are already coming to the end of this. I think, yeah, okay, that's the end. I think at this point, I don't need to continue because if you are not taking action, there's no point. So after all this that we've talked about, after all this, what next? I love this. I love this. Everybody's saying it. Everyone is saying it. Adebayo Olujomoke said, if I don't do this, someone else will do it for me. David said, if I don't do this, someone else will do it for me. Adisa said, if you don't do this, someone else will do it for you. Peter said, if you don't do this, someone else will do it for you. Ekene said that everyone is saying it. Say it and write it down. Tell yourself, I am telling you the truth. This thing I'm telling you now, I didn't think about it. But right now, I have written it down. I'm going to put it as my own ringtone. That is going to be my alarm in the morning. So that when I wake up every morning, I will remind myself that, Deborah, if you don't do this, someone else will do it for you. So after all this, what next? After all this, what next? Master the game of goals. Listen, the self on the world discovery will not work for you if you don't know how to set goals. Taking action will not work for you if you don't know how to set goals and get those goals to work. Self-awareness without an appropriate goal strategy will give you zero results. In fact, it will leave you frustrated. And I know that many people have taught you about goal setting, but listen to me. I don't brag, but what I teach you is not something you can get anywhere. Because before I teach, I have the Holy Spirit, I pray, and I ask for inspiration, and I invest. These things I'm teaching you here, they are things I have learned from over three, four, five mentors that I have paid to learn these things. And I've been able to pull it all together. It's like someone in an exam hall, and you went into the exam hall, you didn't read anything, but you're copying from everybody on the table. You will pass more than them because you will copy from Mr. A, copying from Mr. B, copy from Mr. C, and you will join all of them together, and the lecturer will give you the highest mark. So, you need to master the game of goals. I don't care what anyone has taught you about goal setting. Like I said, I have a gift for just, I have a gift for the people who engaged in this webinar. I'm going to be helping you master the game of goals. You will master how you can set these goals and it will work. This was the same thing I learned that made me launch my first ebook as a newbie, as a first time author. I launched, I launched my first ebook and my first goal was 30,000 naira goal. But when I mastered the game of goals, I told myself that in the next 30 days, I will make 100,000 naira and above from my book. And it wasn't up to 30 days, I made my 100,700 naira. That was because Paystack cut my money. By the end of that January 31st, I took stock and found out that I had made 100,700 naira selling ebooks from the comfort of my home because I mastered the game of goals. I took the first step. I did fly on the world discovery. I wrote my book while trying to find out how to become an author. I was writing my book and learning how to become an author. When I learned how to become an author and became an author, I mastered the game of goals and I tried to find out how to make six figures from my book, and I did it at the same time while learning how to do it. Fly on the world discovery. So I have a gift for just a few people who are ready to master the game of goals. You want to master how you can do this. You want to master how you can do this. I have a gift for you. And this gift is something I call the Ultimate Goal Strategy Blueprint. It is a course that I already taught someone. I already taught a set of people last year and they paid to learn. They paid $20 to learn this from me. And then it was a challenge. It was a challenge I tagged the Mission Impossible Challenge. But right now, this is the perfect name for it. This is the perfect name for it. The Ultimate Goal Strategy Blueprint. Here you will learn how to set and achieve life and career goals. You will learn principles that will work for you and 10 times your results. And you will learn how to plan, play, and win big. This is what the gift looks like, and it's going to be available only for 6 hours. Only for 6 hours because people paid me for this course and giving it out for free. I hope they don't come for my head. You will learn how to shoot on target and get 10 times of your life, career, and financial goals. Please, if you want this thing for free, if you want this ultimate goal strategy blueprint for free, say I want it. Say I want it in the comment section. Say I want it, and I will drop the link to get it. It's going to be available just for the next 6 hours. Okay? All you have to do is go to the link that I'm going to be dropping. Immediately you go to that link, you will be able to get this resource for free. If you are catching the replay, go to the link right now. The link is bit.ly/give me access. And you will get the link that will teach you how to plan, play, and win big. So, any questions? Do you have any questions for me? If you have any questions, please let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, so everybody's saying, I want it. I want it. Awesome. 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 So I'm going to just leave the link to the resource now. And I will also make a post on it so that you'll be able to get it later. Okay, I think I will do that later. I don't have the link right now. Okay, so please, do you have any questions? Let me have your questions. If I've added value to you today and you have questions that you still want to ask, please go ahead and ask me your questions. Let me know. If you have any questions, please let me know so I can answer your questions immediately. Okay? Any questions? Okay. Thank you so much, David. David Akinwale. Thank you so much, sir. He have already put the link. Okay, but I think the appropriate link is actually bit.ly/give me strategy. Although you can get it through any of them, though. You can get it through any of the links. And I think the give me access one should still be there. So just get it immediately. Immediately you put in your details, it will be sent to your email. And I actually sent it as a mail to you and I tagged it, you are the salt of the world. I know it's a funny caption. It is a funny caption. Because I'm supposed to send it and say, this is your ultimate goal strategy. Nah, 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 I don't do that. I don't do that. I thought when I was sending it, I said, you are the salt of the world. You are the salt of the world. So that thing that you want to do, you need to go out and do it. Take that bold step. Okay, so Olajumoke said, who can I refer to as an underdog? Okay, so maybe you didn't get to hear that part. Um, Maybe you didn't get to hear that part, but I've already said that an underdog is not as if it's a person. An underdog is in any situation where you are trying to overcome something or someone that is bigger than you. Something or someone that is bigger than you. Okay? An underdog is someone who is not as qualified as his opponent. So if you are not as qualified as your opponent, you are an underdog. So that's basically what underdog is about. So I do hope I've answered your question. An underdog at any point in time when you are trying to achieve something and you are not too qualified to achieve that thing, or your weakness is too much, your weakness is too big for you to be able to achieve that thing, you are an underdog at that stage. So you need to go to the stage of looking for a way to go through the behind, go through another way to be able to get to where you want to go to. So always remember David whenever you are talking about underdogs, okay? Always remember David. Please, when the replay is available, you can just go and listen to the part on underdog. I'm trying to be fast. because I will soon be throwing off this broadcast. I've already overstayed my time. Oh, awesome. So I don't know if I've been able to answer your question, David. And if there's any other person who has a question, um, Olajumoke, please, was I able to answer your question? I was a bit distracted while answering it. I hope I've been able to answer your question, please. All right, thank you so much. Thank you. So that is it. Please rush to get the free resource for you. Like I said, this ultimate goal strategy blueprint will help you. And I just want to appreciate you for being here. I want to appreciate you, David, for inviting me. And I'm so glad that we were able to learn so much together. I say we learned so much together because I learned a lot too. So thank you so much for having me. I'll still be able to answer any other questions in the comment section. All right. Thank you so much.